We were treated unbelievably unfairly. Russia, Russia, Russia. It was all bullshit. So we had a campaign. Little did we know we were running against some very, very bad and evil people. We thought after the election it would stop, but it didn't stop. It just started with fake dossiers. Should be ashamed of themselves. 2 days, they knew that we were totally innocent, but they kept it going. But this is what the end result is.
This is the image that the U.S. president presented to the world today. The same pose was captured when Trump arrived at the National Prayer Breakfast this morning. It was Trump's first public speech after his acquittal Wednesday by the U.S. Senate. The impeached president took aim at the only Republican senator who voted to convict Trump, Mitt Romney from Utah. Now, this is what Romney said after the verdict was delivered yesterday.
As a senator juror, I swore an oath before God to exercise impartial justice. I knew from the outset that being tasked with judging the president, the leader of my own party, would be the most difficult decision I have ever faced. I was not wrong. I'm sure to hear abuse from the president and his supporters. Does anyone seriously believe that I would consent to these consequences other than from an inescapable conviction that my oath before God demanded it of me?
Yeah, well, those consequences are coming hard and strong. Romney leaned on his faith to lean out against his own party. Now, I'd like for you to listen to how the U.S. president characterized Romney's reliance on his religion.
I don't like people who use their faith as justification for doing what they know is wrong. Nor do I like people who say, I pray for you, when they know that that's not so. So many people have been hurt, and we can't let that go on.
So that's the message from President Trump today, his first opportunity to speak to the nation about his acquittal. Compare that to what former President Bill Clinton said in 1999 following his own acquittal at the end of his own impeachment trial.
Now that the Senate has fulfilled its constitutional responsibility, bringing this process to a conclusion, I want to say again to the American people how profoundly sorry I am for what I said and did to trigger these events and the great burden they have imposed on the Congress and on the American people.
Now, what stands out today in 2020 with that reminder from 1999? President Trump does not say he's sorry. His aversion to apologizing is well documented. In fact, his resentment is part of his identity. A mea culpa of any sort is anti-Trump, and that appears to be his strength. Now, contrast that to the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. When she learned today that her own conservative party had broken a taboo by entering a deal with a far-right party in a regional election, she called that move unforgivable. In other words, you've done something for which saying I'm sorry will not be enough to fix. The result, that deal fell apart today. Why is this all important? Well, the words that leaders use in Western democracies, they are instruments of power. They also influence our moral compass. And tonight, that compass, well, it needs recalibrating. This is what Trump's son, Don Jr., posted today on Instagram after his father's verdict was announced. A photo of Mitt Romney with the message, Mom Jeans, because you're and I can't say the word here on television, but you know what that word is. At the beginning of this week, we reported that the Western world is asking, what has happened to our democracy? Well, the events of this week demand an addition. What has happened to our democracy and our decency?